year, and you've heard it over and over, new year, new you.
That's right.
Which is true, totally true. But guess what? 2015 won't change unless you do.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just going to be like the same year unless you want to make a change. So this is your year to make a change. Do you want this to be the best year yet?
Yeah.
And I hope in the other cities, I hope you're yelling. And if you didn't say yes, I wouldn't have a talk. So, okay, here's the thing. This is my third time and third year doing SOAR, and I kind of look at it like this. 2013 was practice, 2014 was warm-up, and 2015 is game time. This is kickoff! I get so fired up by the NFL theme. And ironically, it's playoffs today. Yeah! Oh, we got a lot. So kickoff happens right when I end my talk. And kickoff happens also for your life when I end this talk. So you better go and take the field of battle and do something good with it, because we're winners here. I already told you that. Okay, at Origami All, we often talk about how everything we've done until now has laid the foundation for what's next. So here in the beginning of 2015 begs the question, what do you want to do with your life and your business in 2015? How do you want your life to end? Wait a minute, how do you want your year to end? But wait, I'll tell you why that came, because my next question is going to be, as I get serious, to say, as I said yesterday, if your life was to end tomorrow, would you be happy with the results? Would you be happy with how people saw you as a leader? How people saw you as, a wife or a sister or a husband or a father? Are you leading a life of excellence? And are you setting the standard? Are you raising the bar this year? Are you happy with where you are? And if you want to make changes, you have the option to do it now. We don't know if tomorrow is granted to us. We hope that we have the whole year to do what we need to do, but it's up to you. So, with that being said, I hope that allowed you to think a little bit of what do I want to do. Now the question that we have to answer is, how are we going to get there and how are we going to do this? That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. We're talking about this today because it's the beginning of the year, and so often people come up to me all the time and say, Darlene, how do I make this my best year yet? How do I live my life to the fullest? And how do I make this different than all the other years? How do I make this a year of results instead of regrets? You already heard me about the no regrets. How do I make this one of the most successful years? And how do I do what successful people do, where they're able to accomplish their goals year after year? How do the best of the best do it? Well, today I'm going to share with you a page right out of my playbook. My playbook that I use with my clients, my private clients and coaching. So this talk is actually called The Playbook to Greatness. Do you want to be great?
Yeah.
Actually, you want to be exceptional. We should have this be the playbook to exceptional living. But this is the playbook to greatness. Fitting for the NFL. This is the playbook, and these are your plays that you're going to have to follow in order to be great. So are you ready? Okay, there's 5 plays to greatness. 5. Play number 1 in your playbook. Write this down. Successful people have a core purpose. Okay, this is not rocket science. Everything I'm about to say you've already heard before. But the problem is, people hear it, but they don't follow it through. You have to have action. We've already heard Ann talk about goals. We've heard everyone discuss that's come up here talk about purpose. Sandy said it so well when she also talked about her father. And when she talked about action, everything he did that helped him act was for his kids, was for her. That was his purpose. He had a why. See, successful people, they consistently set goals and reach them because they're motivated by their why, their internal factors. There's a reason for this because it's the most important thing. I started off about music, getting you going. It's the things that unlock your heart. Those are your why. That gets you going. It gets you motivated. Your family might be your why, your kids, getting out of a situation, trying to reach a certain goal to better your life. I don't know what it is, but you have to have a why. It has to be your life mission. And if you've heard me speak before, I've talked and said multiple times, you have to have a life mission. Because otherwise, the world is going to dictate your path instead of you dictating where you want to go. You can't open up a business without a mission statement. How are you running your life without a mission statement? Without knowing your why. Know your why. And every single day, stay committed to it. Every single day. You have to know your internal purpose. An example of someone that I just want to bring up really quick is Larry. Larry works at our home office at the Nest. He works at security at our front desk. The reason he's up here is because he honestly, in my playbook of great people, he's one of the greatest. He's one of the best leaders I've ever met. And this is Larry who works at the front desk. You know why? Let me tell you about Larry. If anyone was to pull up and he sees you, he walks up, he meets you outside. You could say, oh no, Larry, I got it. You could just be carrying your purse. He'll say, no, I got it for you. And he takes it and he walks in. And then he brings you, walks with you to your office and brings it. And puts it down. And every day he has a smile. And you know what he says? I can't control where people are coming from or what they're dealing with, but I can control what they're walking into. What? Is that not profound? I have to repeat it again. He says, I cannot control what people are coming from, but I can control what they're walking into. We all have that capacity and ability to make sure when people come to us, they feel us. That we hopefully allow them to leave better than the way they came. So I put Larry here because his core purpose is to serve. He gets up at 1:30 in the morning, then goes to the gym, and then has a long drive to work. He never complains and he's never tired. So I put him up here as an example just to make us all think, wow, he's absolutely dedicated to his core purpose, which drives him every day to do the things he needs to do, which to me makes an exceptional person, one of the elites, and a great leader. So with every play comes an action step. I never coach anyone without having action steps, and they never come back to see me unless they've completed their action steps, because otherwise it's all talk. So action step number one that goes with play number one is get clear on your core purpose and your life for this year. Get clear. Find out what your why is. My why and my purpose and my mission statement, you've heard me say it over and over. Helping people believe in themselves and achieve all they're called to do. And then, who remembers the last part? Pay it forward. Pay it forward. So just remember, if something was, what I tell you all is when you're trying to think what your mission statement is, again, if it was your last day, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be? That action and that purpose is what's going to drive you. Okay, play number two. Play number two, I'm really psyched about this year because this is going to be the theme for the whole year. Raise the bar. Raise the bar, people, in your life. If you want to be great, if you want to succeed, then raise the bar. This is where I tell people, live a life of excellence. People ask me all the time, Darlene, how do I become a great leader? And I say, how do you become an exceptional person first? Because if you're an exceptional person, you'll end up being a great leader, which happens with raising the bar. Because successful people don't take shortcuts. There's no shortcut Sammys here. They're dedicated Dannies. Raise the bar is going to be our theme for the year. Let me give you an example I used yesterday about raise the bar. I talked to some of the leaders yesterday, and I talked to them about the military. And I have to tell you, I was so fired up yesterday because I had watched some videos, just watching what some of our military have done. And if there's any military out in the audience, thank you. Thank you so much for serving. Because you know what? You have taught me what it takes to be an exceptional leader and lead an exceptional life. Because our military go out there every single day and risk their lives and do the grind and get back up and do it again. And you know what? A Navy SEAL had come back from serving, and he's like, after you do what I do, everything else in life seems trivial. It's like it's perspective. I could raise the bar. So raise the bar in your life. Think about what are the small things that you could tweak. Think about how you want to conduct your life every day. What are little things that you could do that will help raise the bar, that will make your life a little bit better, that will make others see you as an exceptional leader and person? What's your character say? Are you someone who takes a shortcut, or are you someone who finishes strong? Are you someone that holds to high standards, or do you let it go? So I ask people also to think about kind of how they live their life doing the small things. And these are going to seem like funny examples that I'm going to give you and how this plays out in daily life. But I shared it with the leaders yesterday. But if you're going to raise the bar and you're going to be someone who lives of excellence so that others see you as a great leader, you have to do the little things really well. Because my father said, if God could trust you with the little things, he'll trust you with the big things. So how many of you have gone to the grocery store and you've picked up an item and then you realize you don't want it and then you go to put it back on a shelf, but it's not the shelf where it really goes? I've done it. And what I call my Christian grandparent, he's like, really, a life of excellence, people don't do that. And I was like, oh man. I was like, I'm totally not making the cut here. But think about it. It's not someone else's job to put your stuff back that you don't want. Go, what? Exactly. So, I mean, pick up after yourself. If you go into the bathroom, you know how there's water all over the sink? Like, wipe it up. Like, why wait for the woman who's supposed to come in, or the man, or whoever who's supposed to clean it? Even if you didn't make the mess, you live of exception. You're someone who raises the bar. Start carrying yourself that way. If there's something on the floor that's not yours, listen, I'm a germaphobe. I'll go get something, but I'll still pick it up. And so as I talked about this yesterday, I'm in my hotel room this morning, and there's some wrapper on the floor, and I didn't think I dropped it. And I'm like, no one's watching, and it's in my hotel room, but I'm like, I better throw this in the garbage. But you know what? What I'm saying is, this starts training your mind constantly about raise the bar, raise the bar. With the words that you say, raise the bar, and the actions that you actually follow through on. Raising the bar is living a life of excellence, and we're expecting you to do this as a leader. And honestly, I hope you would do this just as a human being to make this world a better place, because we need the younger generation to have great examples to follow. So raise the bar, okay? And just be people, men and women, that other men and women could count on and they could learn from you, because we need more leaders in this world. So with this whole raise the bar theme, there's going to be hashtag RTB. Hashtag RTB is for raising the bar. I want you to put that along with hashtag SOAR 2015. Anytime you go and raise the bar on anything, it's going to be hashtag RTB. So last year was hashtag no regrets, and people could share what they're doing, no regrets. This year, if there's something that you're doing, maybe it's just putting the grocery cart back instead of someone else's parking spot. Yeah, honestly, this isn't rocket science, but these are the little things that you're like, wow, that's a person of excellence. Raising the bar. So let's start having fun on social media with hashtag RTB. I just had to speak to 1,000 junior high school kids, which I don't know if Anne's here, Ann Pollard, but she's amazing, and she leads these group of amazing children, and I told them to do hashtag RTB, so it'll be fun if we follow to see what they do to raise the bar. So, action step to this, play number 2 is raise the bar. Action step to this is think about what you're going to do in your life to raise the bar, to strive for excellence, and lead an exceptional life. So, we have play number 1, which is following your core. Play number 2, which is raising the bar. And now we're going to play number 3, which is committing to the grind. Commit to the grind is play number 3. This is really important. Successful people commit to the grind by doing the routine that they have intentionally set. I got to say that again. Successful people commit to the grind by following the routine they have intentionally set. If you do not intentionally set where you want to go, someone else is going to bring you to where they want to go. Be intentional in your life. Be intentional about where you want to go. It's the same with your mission. If you don't set your goals like Ann talked about, then the year is going to go on and you're not going to accomplish what you want. And tell people what you're intentional about because they'll help you along too. But be intentional because if you follow this, then you'll be able to follow your life mission, your purpose, your goals, your dreams, and leave a legacy that you're going to be proud of. So has anyone heard of the article, The Common Denominator of Success by Albert Gray? I didn't either until someone bright brought this to my attention. And there's a reason why we all haven't probably. Albert Gray was the leader in the insurance industry in the 1940s. He had decided that he was going to get to the bottom of what made successful people successful. He was going to find the one thing that separated people from those that met their goals to those that didn't. And you know what he found? It's such a simple thing, but it was so profound. And 70 years later, it still is just profound. Here's what he said. Successful people have formed the habit of doing things that less successful people don't want to do. It's not rocket science. But he says successful people form the habit of doing things that successful people don't want to do. If you want to be successful, you have to start working at your goals and you have to start working at your mindset of, I'm going to do this because I know I have to, because I know it's going to bring me to my life purpose, my mission. Not because this is so boring, I don't know why I'm going to do this again. That mentality is not going to get you anywhere, and you have to get up and drive it every day. Albert Gray says that successful people are influenced by the desire of pleasing results. They want to see results. Whereas unsuccessful people are people who don't succeed because they are more following the desire for pleasing methods. In other words, unsuccessful people don't want to do what they don't want to do. They're kind of like, that's too much work. That's going to take too much of a routine for me. I'm not going to do it. Okay, don't do it. Then you're not going to achieve your goals. You're not going to be able to be successful. Successful people do what other people don't want to do. That's called the grind. And if you're writing down, there's a video that I didn't have time to show, and I've shared it before, but I know we have a lot of new people watching. Go to TCU video called The Grind. It's Texas Christian University's video called The Grind. It is awesome. It is so awesome, and it's about doing the grind and beating that enemy within, which is your mind, is what you're going to be able, is how you're going to be able to become successful. The grind is daily habits. And people have heard me say this before, but I could watch someone for 24 hours and then 7 days, and surely for 1 month, and I could tell where they're going to be at the end of the year by watching their daily habits and their mental routine. Are they pessimistic or optimistic? Do they start and then fall off quickly, or do they finish strong? If you watch people on how their habits are daily, you will see if they're going to be successful. So start watching your patterns. I'm going to give you an example of someone who committed to the grind. She was a single mother, big ambition, absolutely no money. In her 20s, this woman had found herself divorced after a brief marriage, 3-month-old baby, living in a city where she had hardly known anyone. She'd walk her daughter up and down the streets until the baby fell asleep. When the baby fell asleep, she would write. She'd write all night. She'd write until the baby woke up, and then when the baby went to sleep, she'd write again. She'd keep doing this until she accomplished what she wanted to. She had the passion and the vision to get out of the situation that she was in, and she wrote until she completed what we've come to know is something really special. But let me just say, when she finished writing, she didn't have enough money to get it photocopied, so she wrote it again. This is J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter. She's one of Britain's most successful women. And I'm not telling this because it's a rags to riches. I'm telling you this because this woman took her rock bottom and took that rock and stood on it and used it for her rise. And she used her purpose to get her out of there, which was to give her baby a better life and to get out of that situation. And then she also did the grind. You know how tired she was? She didn't want to have to write, but it was in her, driving her, but she had to commit. When the baby sleeps, she's going to write, and she's going to finish it. And now look at what happened. So, your action step for this is, what are the things that you're going to commit to? What is the daily grind that you have to do? I don't know if it's in your business, your health, your relationships, your spirituality. I don't know what it is. But there's something in your life that this year you have to recommit to, that you're going to stick to the grind of it. Every day you're going to recommit to, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to stick to it. And I'm not going to give up. So commit to the grind. Okay, play number 4. How am I doing on time? Okay, I got to speak a little faster. 7 minutes. 7 minutes, you can stick with me. All right, play number 4. Get comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with the idea of being uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you all before I explain this. Obviously, no successful people get comfortable with being uncomfortable. But before we push the teleprompter, I have to just tell you this. Today, since it's playoffs, okay, I want you to know I am a New York Giants fan. Yes, I am not a Patriots fan, okay? Yeah, hold on, I'm going to explain. I'm wearing a Patriots jersey, okay? T-shirt here. I'm very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. All day I've been wearing, and you know what else? I didn't even think about it. You all wanted pictures. We were taking, this is on pictures, like on Instagram, with me wearing my father's gonna kill me. But I'm getting comfortable with being uncomfortable because it is the playoffs, and in support of a friend of mine, Tyson Bacha, if you're listening, I'm wearing this t-shirt in support because the Patriots play in 10 minutes, kickoff, against the Baltimore Ravens, and that's why. So, successful people get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm sweating, I'm so uncomfortable. Successful people push themselves out of their comfort zone. And when you're pushed out of your comfort zone, you grow. And when you grow, you make progress. And progress means results. And positive results mean success. So you have to do this. Taking risks is part of living out of your comfort zone and pushing past places you never thought possible. Pushing past your fear of failure. Because let me tell you, fear of failure should not be the thing that holds you back. Fear is not the absence, courage is not the absence of fear. It's just facing it head on. Okay? And this year I want you to push further than you ever thought possible. The best of the best take risks and they push themselves. I mean, look at our Navy SEALs. I watched a video of what they have to do. It is unbelievable how they push themselves. If they could do it, we could do it. Okay? You are a special group of people. You could push yourself. So think about what makes you uncomfortable. For a lot of people, it's public speaking. I clearly missed that gene there. I don't mind speaking. But if it's your fear of public speaking, then you just have to start practicing it more. You have to start getting up there. You have to start working at it. And a good example of this is an amazing designer that we have in leader, Michelle Friedman. I don't know where Michelle is in the room here. Oh, hi. So quickly, Michelle, I had been able to coach Michelle and work with her early on. And I can remember she had 300 people when we started. And she had such a fear of having to be able to speak to her team of people. But through her courageous effort and facing her fear head on, She was able to now get up and speak in front of people. And not that it doesn't make her nervous, but she was coachable and she hit her fear face on, and she's an amazing, successful leader because she did this. So your action step for this is find out what makes you uncomfortable. What is it that starts to give you that stomach ache? You know, the hives on your neck, your cheeks start burning up like shaking. You're like, I'm gonna pass out. Guess what? That means you just hit it. It means you have to start pushing past it. Write it down and find out what that is. Okay, last play. Play number 5. Are we ready? Okay. We have 2 minutes till kickoff. Play number 5. Surround yourself around those who will push you. We don't want yes people around us all the time. Think about this. Successful people walk with and learn with and from those who will push them to be better. They find coaches, mentors, and people that will inspire them to keep focused on their purpose and their dream. These are people that are going to be around you to help raise you up. These are what I like to call your Fab 5. Your Fab 5 in life. So figure out who your Fab 5 are. Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Because they're either going to bring you up or take you down. Who you hang out with rubs off on you. So is it people that are helping you live a life of excellence, who are going to help you to the next level? Are they people that are taking you down? Are they people that are constantly negative, that don't see hope, that don't see a future, that gossip, that are not living a life of excellence? You either nip that in the bud and tell them, I don't tolerate that, or you walk away. But to stay around it means you condone it, and it's going to start rubbing off on you. So think about your Fab 5 and choose wisely. You only have one shot at this. So choose your Fab 5 well. My Fab 5 is, it's basically from someone who's in their 80s all the way to someone who's 14 years old. Because there's wisdom in all ages. So, as we wrap up, here we go. Your game plan, your playbook to greatness, your action items are getting clear on your core purpose for your life and for this year. Raise the bar. #RTB. Come on, raise the bar and live a life of excellence. Number 3, commit to the grind and develop consistent habits. Do not start doing something and in like 30 days you're like, I'm done. I want you to do this the whole year. Identify with what makes you uncomfortable and start getting comfortable with it. And number 5 action is find your Fab 5. Okay, are you ready to take this year to the next level? I'm psyched, I'm ready, I'm totally pumped. Come on, I'm psyched because 2013, like I said, that was practice, 2014 was warm up, and 2015 is game time. So as I say goodbye, and you all take on 2015, remember, nothing will change unless you do. The ball's in your possession, the clock starts now, no matter